Okay, this tutorial is going to be on a more advanced way of solving the Pyraminx. And this is assuming you already know the beginner method that I taught in the first video. So let's go ahead and start. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and solve the first side like you normally would using the beginner method. So I'm going to go ahead and solve for yellow. And let me get, let's see, these sides will be here. I can tell it's going to be on this side. So I solved my yellow centers, and then I'm going to go ahead and solve my tips, and then go ahead and put yellow on bottom, and we're just going to completely solve the first side exactly like we would in the beginner method. So I'm going to go ahead and solve for this yellow piece right here. Here's another yellow piece. I'm going to solve that one. And my last yellow piece is stuck down here. So I'm going to get it out and solve that guy. Okay, so I solved the first layer exactly the same as I would in the beginner method. The next step is to go ahead and line up your centers again. So I'm going to go ahead and line up my centers, and then there's one of 5 different cases that you could have for these middle guys right here. And we're going to apply an algorithm, and it's going to solve the rest of these. So I identify which case it is, and then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to apply the algorithm that's going to solve these 3 centers right here. So let me see. Okay, so there, the Pyraminx is now solved. And what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead, let me go ahead and go over the 5 cases with you. So I'm going to go ahead and set up the first case. So the first case is pretty simple. What you'll notice on the first case is there is one piece in the middle that is completely solved. That's both sides are solved. The other 2 are completely unsolved. This is the only case where you have one side or one middle piece that is completely solved. So what you're going to do is you're going to hold the 2 that are not solved towards you, and then you're going to apply the following algorithm. It's left, right inverted, left inverted, right, up inverted, right, up, right inverted. Okay, and that's going to completely solve these. It's actually going to take these 2 other pieces and fix those. It's not going to touch the back piece. All right, let's look at case number 2. Let me go ahead and set that up. Okay, so case number 2 and 3 are harder to identify. They're the hardest ones to identify out of the 5 cases, and the reason is because none of them are completely solved. Okay, but 2 of them have a side that is solved. So if I look at this one right here, this blue side is not solved, but this red side is solved. And then I have another piece that also has one side solved. So this green side is not solved, but this blue one is. And then there is one piece that is completely not solved. All right. So what you're going to do, how to identify how to hold this thing is what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold this side right here is solved, and let's see, this side right here is solved. One of the solved sides, and I put my finger on them in the beginning to kind of help me. One of the solved sides is on the same side as the completely unsolved middle piece. So right here, this one is completely solved. This one is not solved, but this side, this piece does have one side solved. So I'm going to go ahead and go to this one. This one is solved, and then it's next to the one that is completely unsolved. So this is what you're going to face this one towards you, and the side that is solved is on your right hand side, and this is the algorithm you're going to apply. Alright, you're going to go ahead and do right inverted, left inverted, up inverted, left, up, and right inverted. Whoops. I'm sorry, right. I did the wrong one. You're going to do right. Alright, so let's go ahead and let's look at the other case of it. I'm going to go ahead and apply the other case. Okay, the other case looks very similar, except here's my side that's solved, here is my other side that's solved, and here's my piece that's completely not solved. Okay, so you want to have the piece that's completely not solved on one of your sides. This one is solved, except the solve side now is on your left-hand side instead of your right-hand side. So what you're going to do in this case is you're going to apply this algorithm. Left, right, up, right inverted, up inverted, left inverted. All right? And then that one's going to be completely solved. All right. Let's go ahead and go over the other two cases. And the other two cases are still, they're pretty easy to identify. Let me go ahead and apply the first one. Okay. And you'll notice that there are two solved here. These two match, and these two match. This one is very easy to identify. So what you're going to do is you're going to line up the middle three like this. You don't want it looking like that because that's not, the middles are not matching. You want it like this. And it doesn't matter how you hold this one. What you do need to do is you need to go ahead and identify whether these pieces need to move to the left, which is clockwise, or to the right, which is counterclockwise. So if they need to move to the left, which is clockwise, you're going to apply this algorithm. And I see that this one is green and the green is over here. So these need to move to the left, which is going to make this a clockwise rotation. So this is the algorithm. You're going to do right inverted, up inverted, right, up inverted, right inverted, up inverted, right. All right. Now let me go ahead and show you the other one. All right, the other one is going to be if these pieces need to move to your right, which would make this a counterclockwise rotation. See, so this green right here needs to go over here, and so that's counterclockwise. So let me go ahead and show you the algorithm. It's going to be left, up, left inverted, up, left, up, left inverted. And that's going to solve that. So these are all the 5 cases that you'll need to know to be able to solve this in 2 steps.